It would take me hours.
Yeah, I've been doing this a while, so. At this point, I want to kind of show you first slice, and I think that is one of the bigger things that people kind of struggle with. So I'm going to put this aside just for now. Slice works, as you can imagine, like everything else. It really wants to be in top. Okay, so you have to kind of keep that in mind. I would say out of the times that people get frustrated using the slice command, probably like 90%, maybe even a little higher than that, are because they're trying to do it and it's not in the top plane. And they get really, they're like, I'm doing everything right. This is the stupidest thing. Why isn't it working? And I'm like, did you draw it on top? And they're like, so it only works in top, okay? You have to kind of keep that in mind. And it really only works well in straight lines, which is frustrating because after all these years you would think that they'd come out with some kind of feature where it could follow a curve, but it doesn't. So sorry about that, but again, I didn't make it. I'm just showing you what it does. So just, really quickly, I'm just going to make this box. So you can see that this is my 3D box, right? And let's say that I have this thing and I want to divide it, or I've put two things together, which is the more common thing, right? So if I have this guy and then I make another one over here, and I'm like, ah, crap, I didn't really want those together, okay? I put these two together and I really wanted them separate. How do I do that? I saved the file and now I'm stuck, right? So slice goes like this. Again, I'm in the top view. And some people really like to go into wireframe. I'm mixed on that. I think wireframe works better if you're trying to click points. You'll see that here in a second. But it can be a little bit frustrating with the object snaps, like dragging you towards it. It's like, snap, snap. Squirrel. So, slice is this guy right here. It's on the solid editing toolbar. It's if you take a look, union is here, subtract is here. It's just right next door to subtract. It looks like a little knife. Yep, exactly. So slice is going to work like this. I'm going to click slice, and if I'm reading the command line, you're going to see it says select objects to slice. So I'm going to select that guy. You could select more than one, right? If I have multiple objects in my viewport and I want to slice all the way down through something, that's fine. Just line them all up, it'll just be like a carving knife. So you could slice a whole bunch of them. Yep. Most people just do one thing, but you do have the ability to select more than one object, okay? Which, again, gets a little frustrating because after you select the thing you want, or the things, plural, if you want, you have to hit enter. So again, that's one of those kind of stumbling blocks. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to say, okay, I've selected the thing, click, and then enter. And again, if you're reading the command line, this is kind of a good habit to have. It's going to give you the next thing, okay? I'll do this again so you can see. So it's asking you specify start point of slice plane. So I'm going to click this guy, and then it's going to say specify second, this guy. And it's now going to ask me, do I want to keep one side or both sides? I always keep both. I'm kind of like that. I'd rather have them both to look at than have one just go away and be like, crap, that's not the one I wanted. I wanted the other one. So I keep both, which is the default. You can just hit enter, sorry. And you can see now I have this guy is separate, okay? So if you're looking now in the conceptual, it's a little bit easier. I have taken that chunk off, okay? So let me do that again just so you can see it. So here this thing is all one, right? So I'm going to go in the top plane. Again, that's kind of the important step. I'm in the top plane. I'm going to go slice. It's going to ask me to select the thing. So select enter. That's kind of a big deal. And then I'm going to do the slice plane. So I'm just going to pick here, and then enter. again, now I have each chunk separate. Now I could do this on a couple of ways. People consistently ask about this tool. Can I do it at an angle? Sure, you can do it at an angle. If I wanted to do this, I would then go slice this object, enter, and say I want to do just that chunk off. I'm going to just draw a line, and then again, I choose both, and you can see that it is kind of chopped the ear off that thing. Right? The only downside of this is, of course, that it can only do straight lines, which is troublesome.
So it can't.
But it cannot do a curve, no. But you can do multiple slices. So if I wanted to then say, look, I want to slice this thing again, right? And I need to clip another chunk off this, I could then go ahead and take this piece off. So slice this guy, enter, and then whatever your path is, enter. And I could say, look, I really want to get rid of this piece. Okay, so you could take that part out of the middle and then scab on. If you wanted to like move this thing, be like, oh, I really wanted that thing over there for whatever reason. Okay, easy, I hope. Like I said, the biggest like trip hazard on that is the fact that people are not in top. They'll try and slice it in left and be like, it's not working. I don't understand, it's not working. So you have to be in top, and it's only going to do straight lines. Okay. So, that kind of leaves us to, we were talking a little bit about the materials, and I think I'd be remiss not to tell you that if you have put materials in, that they really show differently in what they call the render set. So let's take a look at this guy right here.